Yo, what's poppin'? So I wanted to talk about the remaining playoff spot in the East between the Philadelphia Fusion and the Chengdu Hunters. I was gonna make this video last week, but there were way too many scenarios for NA. But now there are no scenarios for NA, so maybe I should have made it last week. But yeah, so it's just between Philly and Chengdu. Um, so taking a look, right? So first, Philly 4-6, but they have 6 points because they do come second in the Kickoff Clash tournament, which nets them 2 points. Whereas Chengdu are 5-5 and only have 5 points because they didn't make the tournament at all. So Chengdu at a deficit even like right away, just off the league points alone. Because Philadelphia Fusion could have two less regular season games won than Chengdu and still make it in. That probably won't be how it turns out. But yeah, so looking first, Philly, they play up against the Charge and the Dynasty. So their win against the Charge should just be a given, right? It's the Charge that look not good. If you lose to the Charge, you're in a really bad spot as a team. You're not great right now. And then they play Seoul, who is just the best team in the region. Pretty much. I guess you can argue Shanghai, but probably not because Shanghai haven't really given that same look as Seoul. I'm gonna say Seoul pretty definitively right now. So those are their two matchups. Chengdu on the other hand plays Shanghai and Spark. Uh, and they need to win both of them because let's say that Philly do beat the Charge, which they should, and then lose to Seoul Dynasty, then that would put Philly at 7 points. Chengdu needs to get their two wins to win, and because they have the better map differential and like I think it goes by match win percentage or something. I don't know. In the end, I'm pretty sure Chengdu end up on top if they have the same amount of points. So basically, short answer: Philly lose to Charge or timeout. Philly beat Charge, lose to Seoul. Chengdu beats Shanghai and Spark. Chengdu make it. They're in. But I don't know how good these odds really are. Like, yeah, Philly beating Charge is a given. Philly losing to Seoul, pretty much almost a given. Like, technically, Philly could come out on top. But at this stage, we've not seen anywhere near that level of gameplay they need to beat Seoul at their worst. And they're just not. They're not fully there. It feels a little lost. So Seoul beating Philly should be like a given, like a 95% chance, and Philly beating Charge is like a 99% chance, right? But then we look at Chengdu playing Shanghai and Spark. So starting with Spark first because it is an easier matchup. I did rate Spark a little higher than Chengdu, just because I don't know, just because Spark have that ability. But I don't know. I do have second thoughts about that. I might Pred Chengdu in this matchup. To be honest, we'll see what happens on July 8th whenever I make my Pred. But the biggest thing about Chengdu is Jinmu Tracer is not a problem anymore. It's not elite. It's not profit, right? But it is enough to get by whenever you have Leave beside him. And their Winston has actually looked quite good, and their ball has been a good default as well. So between that, it's pretty good for Chengdu. Whereas Spark, Architect on support is not a great look. Bernard you've given up on Gouchway entirely, so you're playing Bernard on the ball. I don't love that. I think his ball's been okay, but not fantastic. And it's only good on where ball is really good. And then otherwise, he's on the Sigma. And you need more than just ball and Sigma compositions to win, I think. Like Chengdu have ball and Winston, and even Sigma sometimes. And then Shanghai. Shanghai playing the Wrecking Ball almost exclusively. I think they played a little bit of Doomfist, a little bit of Winston, but like it's Wrecking Ball. So it'll be interesting to see how Chengdu play against Shanghai, who are the only two ballers. No one else is a really high profile baller in the East right now. Seoul's not really playing it. Spark have Bernard on it sometimes, but it doesn't look great. Philly have Bellisria on it sometimes, but again, it's not the same as Chengdu or Shanghai's. And then Charge and Valiant are fake teams, and Valiant doesn't ball. So, well, Valiant's not like a fake team, but they don't ball. They don't know ball. So here's the best ball matchup. These are the two ballers. It'll be interesting to see how Shanghai do against Chengdu, because Shanghai actually play more ball. So we'll see how Chengdu fare against them. I think it's going to be a very dive-heavy, a very frag-heavy game. And if you're looking at it, and it's Lip versus Leave on the Sojourns, and then it's Jinmu versus Fleta on the Tracers. You have to give the edge to the Shanghai DPS because the Jinmu Tracer is not Fleta Tracer. and that's the biggest thing. I do rate Gaga on the ball a little bit more than Tate probably, but if Shanghai are really coming back into form like they hint at, that being said, they did play Philly and Valiant, who are not exceptionally strong, but no one else really is in this region, except for like Seoul. Seoul is their biggest test. Uh, but Chengdu is going to be the biggest one they've had so far, ever since the first week. But yeah, it'll be interesting. We will see. We'll see what happens there. But I kind of have to lean towards Shanghai a little bit. Uh, but Chengdu have been better for longer, so maybe they'll be better. Should be a good match no matter what. But all things considered, it does look like Philly are going to make it in, which is a shame because their regular season has not been good, and that's the problem with the points in the from the playoffs. Right, it carries over, and because Philly played one good weekend, um, it gives them a lot of points over Chengdu. And I'm not saying Chengdu had a good first half or first quarter either, right? But better than Philly overall in the season, in the regular season, I would say, and the record does reflect that. Even considering a 5-7 and a 6-6, right? Even just that one. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know down below who you think make it in between Philly and Chengdu. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe for more daily OG content. Thank you so much for watching and have yourself a good one.